guys, my name is Brenda Cole. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different, vlog style video. So I have my Kindle. I have a lot of books on my Kindle, from popular titles from JLA to some independent authors. I just have a lot of titles on my Kindle, and I've kind of put my Kindle off to the side, especially in 2021. I did read a little bit more in 2020 on my Kindle, but I just feel like physically reading has not been that great this year, and my Kindle hasn't, reading from my Kindle has not been that great this year. So what I decided to do is I took 10 of my titles that I have on my Kindle. I have a lot, but I took 10 book titles and put them in this random name picker generator on my phone, and then I decided to pick 3 books. So my first spin was The Cup and the Prince, and then the second spin was Branded, and the third spin was Royal Fae Guardian. So I think 2 angel books and The Cup and the Prince, which I'm not 100% sure know what it's about. But now what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna read the first chapter, maybe a little bit more depending on how many pages each chapter has for each book, and then the rest of this vlog is gonna be me reading that book. It might take me 1 to 2 days, it might take me a month. We'll just have to see. Like I said, I'm not physically reading really good that much, and today is July 7th, so this is our starting point. We'll see where this vlog ends up, but let me go ahead and start physically reading. I think I'm going to start with The Cup and the Prince, and then I will let you guys know my thoughts and feelings on it once I'm done with that chapter. Okay, so I have a little spot on my face from where I've been pushing it, sitting here reading The Cup and the Prince. So we have met Zora, and she's about to do something with this guy named Seth, because he is like this town hero, and he's about to go off and do this big competition, and they want to have one special night together before he goes off. And these shadow creatures come into town, and that's pretty much where we left off. Well, we find out that Seth might be doing special nights with other women from the town because he's this town hero, and she's just realized that he hasn't been waiting for her like he's been saying. So that's been very intriguing. The next book I think I'm gonna jump into is Branded and try chapter 1. So let's do chapter 1 of Branded. Okay, so I made a little bit of a mistake. I've actually read Branded before. I thought this was a different one that I haven't read. So I think I'm going to do my random wheel generator again and find me a second book or a third book. And I will let you guys know here in a moment what that second book is. Okay guys, I just finished the first chapter in The Broken Princess. That is the book that my will determined next to read. I can't believe I've already read Branded. Like I said, I thought it was a different book. But anyways, I don't really know if this first chapter was very intriguing or not. There's like a little bit of a backstory prologue. Sorry, Winter's wanting some love. And then, oh, Winter. So anyways, like I was saying, there's like a backstory prologue about like an ancient fairy tale story about elves and goblins and things like that. And then Amari wakes up to go visit her mother, who is the queen, and the queen is found dead. And then she goes to make an announcement to everybody that her mother has died. And then she finds out that her mother committed suicide, maybe. So that's where we are at the end of chapter 1. She gets blindfolded and rushed out the door, and yeah, so that's where we at chapter 1. So now I'm gonna go on to reading the first chapter of the next book. So I just got done with chapter 1 of the Royal Fae Guardians, and it's pretty good. I'm very intrigued in it, but after thinking about it, I do think I'm going to start with The Cup and the Prince. I might add another book into this vlog after that, just depending on how long it is. But let's go ahead and start this vlog with the Cup and the Prince, and let's see how it goes. So from now on, guys, I will probably be talking about spoilers. So if you haven't read this book, I do apologize, but here's your warning. There will probably be a little bit of spoilers in this vlog. So let's carry on with the Cup and the Prince. Okay, sorry about my appearance, but I'm gonna tell you guys that I am 16% into the Cup and the Prince, and Zoro kind of played this little trick on Seth, because Seth was supposed to be Dark Valley's like hero, and he's supposed to go off to this game system with the kingdom, and he pretty much told another guy, and she kind of overheard that he planned to have sex with her, and she was like, oh no, I'm not somebody's trophy. So she drugged him with this like sleeping stuff, because her mom is like a doctor type person in the Dark Valley, so it's like a sleeping aid. It's not really, yeah, it's a drug. But anyway, so she takes off through the gates, because Dark Valley is completely consumed with like 2 or 3 gates all the way around the valley, because they have these monsters called shadows, and they come out of different shadow creatures, and they come out of shadows, so they always are continuously keeping every shadow, every nook and cranny filled with light. Anytime a shadow is formed, a creature can come out of it, and it's like a dark, weird magic. And so she's gone off to try to be the hero, to bring some new magic to Dark Valley, and she's going to do these games, which she comes in contact with one of the princes, and he's having like an affair with his brother, who's the king's future wife, but they're not really engaged, but that's how I've gotten it so far. So she has a little confrontation with him and doesn't really know that he's the prince, and so that's where I'm at right now. They just got to the kingdom, and he has figured out that she's the only girl in the competition, so the prince is trying to figure out where to put her in the castle, because she can't stay with all the other guys because she's a female. So like it so far. Gonna keep going. Also do want to say that the shadow creatures are only in Dark Valley for whatever reason. She's outside of the gates, and she keeps having like tremors, because she keeps seeing all these shadows in different corners and stuff like that, and she's expecting creatures to jump out of that, because that's what she's used to, that's what she's grown up doing and knowing. And it's very interesting, like kind of like a PTSD symptom, but she knows in her head that the creatures are not going to come out, because they are only in Dark Valley. So, okay, it is late, but I am doing my last little check-in. I think I was at 16% when I last checked in. I'm now currently at 49%, and a lot has happened. Zara has teamed up with the second prince, Larzen, and he's playing this game against the king and maybe some other stuff. She won the first competition, was very like not as difficult as I thought it was going to be. They had to find these little black balls in the dark, and I knew they were trying to get rid of the Dark Valley girl, because supposedly she was afraid of the dark, but she worked her wilds, and she ended up winning the competition, or the first competition, the first game, and she had to go to a ball and dance with all these people, and it's kind of like a good political intrigue plot so far. And I think one of the girls who is engaged to the king but is having an affair with the younger prince, Griffin, is somehow like a siren type person, or she control people with her voice type singing, I think. I'm not sure just yet, but like I said, I'm really liking this. I'm really liking the main character. She's very much like I'm a Scorn Woman type scenario, but in the same sense, like I'm enjoying her character, because she's like, I am not marrying. All the guys keep saying, oh, you can find you a husband here at the games, and she is like, I'm not marrying anyone. It's been actually kind of fun seeing that like dynamic in it, because probably at the end of it she's going to end up with the prince, or at least one of them, who the hell knows. But anyways, I'm going to bed. I'm not sure when I'm going to be picking this up again, but I am really liking it. So I will see you guys in my next check-in. Okay guys, I'm checking in again. I have read, I think I was at 49% the last time I talked to you guys. I'm now currently at 59%, and there's a lot going on. We had another competition go on where she had to ride a horse, and she doesn't know how to ride a horse, so she almost falls off of it. She has to climb up this big tower, and she does all that, and then she has to cross like a rope thing. It's very intriguing. And like the political dynamic between all the competitors with the royal family has been interesting. Also, another thing that I'm really appreciating it is because I really don't know, like, it's very intriguing. Like, there's something going on with the king and the true princess, all three of the brothers. There's something going on with Allegra, who is the princess, who is betrothed to the king. She's interesting, and I think she's like a siren character. I don't think she's an actual mermaid, but I think she has the ability to like possess people with her voice or make people do certain things with her voice when she sings. So that's interesting. Also, Griffin, the youngest prince, who supposedly hates Zora and wants her out of the competition but doesn't want her hurt. There's something going on there. He's having an affair with Allegra. I also think maybe he's like a Beauty and the Beast retelling, or there's something going on with him with dark magic because he wants to win the cup so bad because he said he needs the cup for something for himself that deals with dark magic, like he's kind of hinted at. So again, 59%, really liking it. Here's Winter, and I will check in with you guys when I read a little bit more. Okay, I just finished finally The Cup and the Prince, as I just hit myself. And I have to say, when I got to like 75-80%, I actually got pretty bored. It was pretty predictable. There were some things from the beginning that I immensely enjoyed that I wish was kind of carried a little bit better into like the ending of it. And I know this sounds different from like my early check-ins with you guys because like I said at the beginning of it, I was really enjoying it. But as it carried on, like, it just got a little bit more predictable. There was a little bit of a twist at the end, but I kind of saw it coming. I think the middle prince is trying to get rid of the king, but for different reasons. I think the king is a little bit corrupted. I also don't know the siren character, the princess who can sing. She steps in and helps. I don't know if she truly likes Griffin, who is the younger prince, or if she's manipulating all of them. I don't really know because we don't really get the answer to that at the end. It is kind of like a Beauty and the Beast retelling, or almost like a werewolf retelling, because at the end of the book we figure out that the prince, Griffin, the younger prince, is cursed, and every time there's a full moon out that he turns into a monster or a beast. So like I guess like a werewolf kind of thing. You don't really find out, I guess, into the second book, but I don't really know if I want to pick up the second book because there was a lot of stuff that happened at the end that the king convinced her to poison Griffin, but she didn't mean to poison Griffin. She just meant to like slow him down, but it was actually against when they both fought and some things got switched. But still like 3.75. It wasn't the best book I've ever read. I wish there was a little bit more of the intrigue on some of the other stuff going on and why the Griffin sent her friend away, and like, I don't know, there was a lot just missing, and I think for a less than 300 page book, it was good for what it was, but I just felt like there needed to be more. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this type of vlog. I do plan on making more of these, and maybe I'll get better at them as we go along. But my name is Britt Nicole. Thank you guys for liking and subscribing. I look forward to seeing everyone soon in my next video. Bye!